Hello and welcome to my channel, Purposeful Play, where I talk about all things early childhood education. I'm Danielle and I am a 4K teacher in Wisconsin. And today I want to talk to you about the things that we are sending home for virtual learning. And we were given, I'm not exactly sure where these came from, but these fantastic bags. Each child gets one of these. And we have over 300 kids. So for everybody to get all of this stuff is pretty amazing, and there's very little in this bag that I spent my money on, so I am really happy that I didn't break the bank for this. So I'd like to show you all the stuff that's in here, and let's get started. All right, each child gets a bag with all of their Learning Without Tears materials. So it comes with a list of the materials that are in there, and then on the back, the letter chart for the wood pieces. They also get wood pieces. There are 13 pieces in this bag. They get their mat, where they're building their letters, or their mat man, and they get a slate. They get pencil. Actually, there's a couple pencils in there, some chalk, and then the sponges to do the wet on the chalkboard. And everybody gets their own bag with all those materials. And this, of course, will be their materials when they come back to school. They will keep those as their personal materials so that we can kind of avoid all that sharing. The next thing is just a stack of paper. There's construction paper in here, different colors, white paper, and I'm not sure what we're gonna do with these yet, but there's some paper in there. The other thing is a small can of Play-Doh that we can use. We might use these in small groups for some things, or we might just send home on our Seesaw choice board some activities that the kids can do with this. And of course, Play-Doh, playing with Play-Doh, fine motor skills. I don't know where this came either, but look, everybody gets a little book. It's a board book, and everybody got one in their bag, which is really nice. I know I like all this stuff that's in here because we can't assume that each family has these materials at home. And I just love that our district was able to put this together for each child, and so that we have the materials that they need to, so that they have the materials they need when learning. Okay, next thing is their little pouch. Looks like this, with some materials. This too will be their pouch when they come back to school, and as long as it survives the month or more that we're at home, then that will be where they keep their materials as well. So inside, they've got a couple of glue sticks. There will be really cute, teeny tiny little journals that will do some fun stuff in those. There's some Learning Without Tears, the flip crayons. I love these, but if you're doing a colorful picture, these are not the best for coloring. I would love to send home a box of Crayola crayons with every kid's, but I have 15 students that I'm going to have eventually face-to-face, and then I also have 21 that are staying virtual possibly all year long. So that's a lot of boxes of crayons. Yeah. We also have some dice, ones that have the actual number written on them. And then we also have some that are just the traditional dot dice. And I know we'll have some great fun in small groups with our dice. And there are also a pair of scissors, and then more Learning Without Tears, crayons, another little box of crayons. So all that's gonna be in their little envelope that they're gonna keep all together. The other thing I wanted to share with you is we're sending home a little baggie or envelope with our feelings, pictures of our feelings cards in here. And because we're going to be doing some of our social emotional learning at home, and we wanted the kids to have these faces, so we made a copy for everybody, and they all have their own copy of that. And then the last thing I wanted to show you is we are sending home an envelope, a stamped envelope with a piece of paper in it, and the instructions are stapled on the back that they can rip off when they're ready to mail it to us. And this is going to be our collaborative art project. So everybody is going to do a self-portrait, and then when we get back to school, we're going to have them put all together on a board there. I just think that if they come back to school and they see that this is already in our classroom, it almost feels like it's their home before they even get there. It would be great too if we did our Zoom meetings in front of that board, if we start getting those pictures back and then they can start seeing them. They're like, hey, that's my picture. I think that would be really fun. So I know this is a short one, but that is what's in our bag. And I thought maybe I should share that with you in case you guys needed some ideas to put in bags, or maybe you have some other ideas that are inexpensive, maybe free. That would be really great. At the end of next week, we have invited all the families to come and do a drive-by pickup of their materials. So we will be standing outside with a bag for each child to give to them. We can do a quick hello, so it's a really almost, contact-free, safe way to give them their materials. One thing I did want to mention that is not in the bag is small manipulatives and counters, like plastic bears. They're not my favorite. I'm sorry, I don't like them, and I know most preschool teachers absolutely love them, but I find them very limiting. What you can do with those bears, you can play with them as with imaginative play. You can sort them by color and by size. You can make patterns with them, and you can count them, and that's it. And what I love for doing all those things is junk that families already have in their home. They can look through their junk drawer, they can look in their office, they can look in their recycling bin, things that they're gonna throw away anyways. They can make stuff. For example, if you have a collection of a rubber band, a coin, a popsicle stick, the top to an applesauce container, the top to a milk carton, anything that you can find in your house, a toy. And there's so many different things you can do with those that you can't do with colored sized plastic bears. For example, you can sort them by, these are the things that are made of metal, and these are things that are not made of metal. You can sort them by shape because they might have different shapes in them or on them. You can sort them, these are all the big things and these are all the little things. You can still sort them like that. You can still count them. You can make patterns with them. So that's why I am not a huge fan of those plastic counters that we get from the teacher stores. Just my 2 cents. Sorry if you don't like them. If you don't like my idea, that's okay. You can stick with your bears. That's just me. As always, thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next one. Have a happy day.